Hey guys, Bob Moses here, and today is the first video of a series of videos on vehicles in WTLS. And there's quite a lot that goes into vehicles. Vehicles is obviously quite an important thing. So I'm going to do a series on things like buying and saving and modifications of vehicles. And today is our first one, which is going to talk about how do we actually purchase cars. Right, so the first thing to know in WTLS is that there's kind of two kinds of cars that are owned by players and cars that aren't. And if you look at these cars parked on the side of the road, is a good example of cars that are not owned by people, and you can just go up to them and you can get in the car and you can start any jobs that are associated to that. And it's a really useful way of just having access to vehicles. Okay, but you can't save these cars, you can't phone them in with the mechanic, so in that regard they're not that great, right? So it's cool to get around, but you're going to want to purchase your own car. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that for purchasing cars. The first way to do that is to go down to a car showroom like this one. You can use /GPS and go down to car showroom, car showroom, and that will direct you to one on the map. There's two in Las Venturas, and this is just one of them. And then if you go up to the different cars, you'll be able to see the price of those cars. And you often find some quite interesting ones here that you don't really see around all that often, like the Messer and the Hustler and things like that. So the car workshop is, the car showroom is one way to do that. The other way to do it is from your computer in your house or your hotel. And I'm just going to fast forward and I'll show you how that works in a second. Cool. So from your computer, there's actually 4 different websites that you can use to purchase cars. So the first one is Autoerotica. This is actually different players buying and selling cars. So you can sell your own vehicles, but you can also purchase them. And it's quite nice because you're going to be able to buy FT cars over here. So things that are fully modified, like this one with 100% armor, bulletproof tires, etc. The only problem with it is that because it's other players, they'll just put it on for whatever price they want. And sometimes it's ridiculously expensive. You've got a standard fire truck, cool color, but 50 million, cabbie for 9 million, etc. So it is nice. You can buy modified cars, but you've got to be very wary of the price of that. And likewise, I'll put something up on the screen now. You can also buy vehicles from other players on auction. Just keep an eye on the chat, and sometimes you can get a good deal. And if you know the price of vehicles, that's also a really good place. And it's probably where I purchase most of my vehicles, to be honest. Then the next website that you're going to be able to buy from is your San Andreas Super Autos, which is this website. And yeah, you're going to find your kind of lower end cars, but also the cars that are really associated with jobs. So things like your taxi, your Washington for lawyer jobs, etc. And these are all stock cars, and it's a really nice place to buy your working cars or just your first cars in general. They're quite cheap, and you'll be able to select which color you want, and then you can purchase it. Once you've purchased it, it will be spawned outside your house, and then you'll need to go and save that vehicle. The next one is Legendary Motorsport. So over here, you're going to be able to find more high-end vehicles. So things like your Hot Knife and your Banshee. The vehicles are more expensive because they're better cars, but they are really nice cars, sports cars, etc. Again, they're not FT cars or anything like that, so just be aware of that. They're not modified, but it is a nice place to buy your stock Comets and things like that. And then the last website is our Warstock Cash and Carry. And this is going to show you some like police cars and military cars, but also some other vehicles like your security car and your Mr. Whoopi and things like that. So between the 3 websites for stock cars, you're going to be able to find all the cars that you need, and then also you'll be able to purchase from other players using chat or Autoerotica. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, or if you'd like to see the future videos on the series, please feel free to give me a like and a subscribe. And I'd also like to hear in the comments, what's your favorite way to purchase vehicles? Is it through the chat or through the websites? Please let me know. And until next time, this is Bob Moses signing off for SAMP WTLS.